If you ask a farmer what they want from a new seed, the answer is almost always the same: maximum yield. The assumption is that pulling more onions out of the dirt automatically equals more money in the bank. But treating agriculture like a simple volume contest ignores the actual mechanics of farm profitability. Your real margin depends on balancing a three-way trade-off: your growing season, your days to maturity, and how long that crop can sit safely in storage. Plant a high-yield variety that rots in 3 weeks, and you will be forced to sell during a market glut. Plant a long-storage variety at the wrong time, and you risk losing the entire crop to monsoon rains. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research, or ICAR, developed specific genetic profiles to solve these exact timing and storage problems. They recently released 5 new optimized onion varieties, but they aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. You have to match the seed to your specific operational constraints. This decision tree shows how we start with your strategic goal. Do you need immediate cash flow, or can you wait for a price spike? Your answer dictates your profile: the patient investor, the time-poor farmer, or the direct seller. Choosing the right seed is about engineering your harvest to hit the market at the exact moment you have the maximum advantage. We will start with the patient investor. This is the Rabi season farmer whose entire business model relies on pulling the crop out of the ground and locking it away in storage to capture peak off-season prices. For this strategy, ICAR recommends DOGR-RGP-3 a premium white onion variety. Looking at this chart tracking maturity against storage, notice the heavy input for W361. It ties up your land for a full 115 to 120 days. But that long wait pays off in bulk. This variety produces a massive 324 quintals per hectare. Crucially for the patient investor, you get a 4-month window to watch the market and negotiate your price. If you want to push that storage window even further, your alternative is DOGR-1625 AG. This is a multiplier onion. Instead of a single large bulb, the root divides, generating a cluster of 5 to 6 medium red onions. Because energy splits across multiple bulbs, the total yield drops to 192 quintals per hectare, but you gain exceptional long-lasting crop durability. This variety can sit safely in a warehouse for 5 to 6 months, the highest storage capacity in the entire ICAR lineup. Long-duration Rabi crops require you to lock up your acreage for months, but they provide the maximum leverage to withhold supply until prices peak. The second profile is the time-poor farmer, operating primarily in zones 5 and 6. This is the grower who works on a ruthless schedule and needs to clear the field immediately to make way for the next cash crop. To solve that timeline constraint, ICAR developed DOGR-1546 AG, a pink multiplier variety. This comparison matrix highlights the difference in speed. While other varieties take a third of the year, 1546 AG hits full maturity in just 85 to 90 days. The trade-off is unusual. Fast-growing crops usually spoil quickly, but this pink multiplier retains a top-tier 5 to 6 month storage capacity. You pay for that speed in volume. At 178 quintals, it has the lowest total output. The lower output of 178 quintals is a calculated trade-off. You are effectively swapping volume for a 30-day scheduling advantage. By shaving a full month off the growing cycle, this seed gives you the operational speed necessary to potentially squeeze an entirely new crop cycle into the same year. Now we look at the Kharif season. Monsoon farming introduces a level of weather-related risk that dictates a very specific strategy. The goal here is simple: maximize bulk and liquidate it immediately. You are not looking for storage, you are looking for immediate market entry. For Zone 4 farmers, DOGR-1625 is engineered as a dedicated Kharif workhorse. Kharif crops often suffer from aesthetic damage, like premature flowering, known as bolting, and split double bulbs. 1625 is genetically structured to minimize those specific flaws. The end result is 217 quintals per hectare of uniform, flat globe red onions that look perfect on a market stand. If you need to move slightly faster, the secondary Kharif option is DOGR-RGP-3. It matures about a week earlier, in 100 to 105 days, but drops your overall yield down to 207 quintals. Both of these Kharif varieties share a critical, unavoidable vulnerability. They will only survive in storage for 2 to 3 months. Because that decay clock starts ticking the very moment they leave the ground, your post-harvest logistics have to be flawless. These need to move from the dirt to the buyer without delay. Kharif crops are high-velocity cash generators. They reward heavy yields and cosmetic uniformity, but they completely remove the luxury of waiting for the market to improve. Maximizing your return on investment requires abandoning the search for a generic best seed. This scorecard maps out the exact tools for your specific goals. If you have the time to wait and want the absolute maximum volume of white onions, select DOGR-W361. For Kharif resilience, uniform quality, and immediate cash flow, plant DOGR-1625. If your priority is a multiplier onion that can survive extreme long-term storage, rely on DOGR-1550 AG. And if you are trying to achieve the fastest land turnaround without sacrificing storage capacity, deploy DOGR-1546 AG. Look at your own acreage, look at your local weather, and map out your timeline. Which of these grower scenarios matches your current operation? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe to the channel for more data-driven agricultural analysis. Smart agriculture is a logistical calculation. It is about engineering your harvest to meet the market exactly when you hold the advantage.